Hello and welcome to the video. In this video I'm going to show you how I use Starry Landscape Stacker and Photoshop to stack images, and I'm going to show you the difference between them because you can do in Photoshop what you can do with Starry Landscape Stacker. It's just a lot easier doing it. The difference is that it's 40 quid for the Starry Landscape Stacker. So start off then very quickly, why do you want to stack images? Stacking images helps reduce noise in the image, reduces grain, and also can increase the detail and say the Milky Way that you're shooting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you into the computer, and then I'm going to show you how to stack using Photoshop, and then also after that I'll show you how to stack using Starry Landscape Stacker. Now I have done a video previously on stacking in Photoshop, manually showing you how to stack in Photoshop. It's a mission, so I'll show you this how to auto align the images, but it doesn't really work with a large number of images. I would say 5 max, but we'll jump into the computer and I'll show you. Right, so I'm going to start by showing you how to auto align and stack images in Photoshop. So the first thing I'm going to do is get my 5 images, oh no, it's 6 in this occasion, and I'm going to import those into Lightroom. Then from there I'm going to select all of the images. Normally you do a little bit of editing on the image first, you know, changing the colors, etc, before you open in Photoshop, but I'm just going to show you how to stack in Photoshop, and then I'll change the colors afterwards. So we're going to right click, we're going to click on Open as Layers in Photoshop and wait for that to load. Okay, once that's all in there, select all of the layers and then go up to Edit and then Auto Align Layers. Leave it on Auto, click OK, and then let it do its thing. Okay, once that's aligned, you can see that it's aligned the layers by moving them around a bit. Once they are aligned, then you go up to the top again, click on Layer, click on Smart Objects, and then click on Convert to Smart Objects, and then wait for it. Right, once that's done, then you go back up to Layers, go to Smart Objects, then Stack Mode, and then select Median, and let it do its thing. Okay, so there's the final stacked image. You can see that it's taken a few of the stars away, but it will have definitely reduced some of the noise. So I'm going to import that back into Lightroom just by clicking Save, and then it will open back in Lightroom, and I'll show you the difference there between the two images. So that this image was shot at 30 seconds, ISO 4000, and then we'll have the flick through between the one that's been stacked in Photoshop and then the one that's not been stacked. Okay, so there we go, there's the final image. So I'll just do a very quick edit on this image, and then I'll be able to copy and paste those settings over to the image that I make out of Starry Landscape Stacker. Okay, so let's open Starry Landscape Stacker, and I'll show you how to use this. It is really simple. Like, as soon as you open the software, it opens to and asks you where you want to open the files from. So I'm going to just click those same 6 images. Notice here that they are TIFFs. If you can export as TIFFs, then you'll get better quality from your image, but if you use JPEGs, it will work the same. You'll just have more info to play with if you export them as TIFFs. So I'll open those images. It will then ask you what focal length you were shooting on. With me, it's always a 14mm, so I just type that in, hit enter, and then you have this screen here. So it's just got a load of dots across the screen, and what you're going to do is you're going to add the red dots to tell it where the sky is. So the more the merrier, like as many as you can be bothered to put in. And then after you've got the red dots in the sky, you can then click down to erase red dots if there are any where it's accidentally picked up the foreground to be the sky. So once you've erased those, then you just click Find Sky. And there you go, it's done a pretty good job there of showing where the sky is. And then all you do is then just paint in the sky. So that it's missed a bit of the top there, it's missed a little bit at the bottom. I'm just going to paint that in. I think that will do. And that's all you have to do. You just click Align and Composite, let it do its thing, and then there's the final image there. You can click Save and then save it on the desktop, and what I'm going to do is drag that into Lightroom now as well, so we can see the difference between the Photoshop one and the Starry Landscape Stacker one. Okay, so I'll just copy and paste those settings that I did from the Photoshop one, and we'll paste it onto the Starry Landscape Stacker one. Here we go, so we're looking at the same images then. So let's have a look at the Milky Way then. So that's the difference between the two. It's not really that much different. Here's the one from Starry Landscape Stacker. You can see there's a lot more stars in the Starry Landscape Stacker one than there is in the Photoshop one. So let's have a look in on the noise on the Photoshop one. You can see it's done a good job in getting rid of that noise. And then let's have a look at the one from Starry Landscape Stacker. You can see as well it has done a good job. It's taken, I would say, a little bit more of the noise away, but it's also lost a bit of the image detail, and you can actually see quite a few more hot pixels there as well. Okay, now where Starry Landscape Stacker does come into its own is when you're doing multiple images. Say you can try this yourself, I'm not going to show you in this video, but say you were to use 10 images and try to auto align them in Photoshop, it does a really bad job of it. Whereas Starry Landscape Stacker, I wouldn't say the more the merrier, I'd still say a maximum of like 30 images, but I'm going to load up what I believe is 26 images. So I'm going to stick them into Lightroom first. I'm going to do a quick edit on them, profile corrections, etc, etc, and then I'm going to paste that across all the images. Then I'm going to go to export. I'm going to start a new folder, and I'm going to change it to say TIFF down in the file settings section. And then I'm just going to leave everything else as it is, and I'm going to export those. Now that'll probably take quite a while because the TIFF files are quite big. Like I say, you can do this with JPEG, but you will get more image quality from a TIFF, so it's worth doing if you've got the time and the space. Okay, so now they're exported, I'm going to go back into Starry Landscape Stacker. I'm going to find that folder. There it is. I'm going to select all those images and I'm going to import them. So I'm going to select the focal length again, 14mm as always, let them process, and then I'm going to add the red dots to the sky, as many as possible, and I'm going to erase any red dots from the bottom. I can't actually see any, but I'm just going to have a run over it just in case. Then I'm going to click Find Sky. There you go, it's done a pretty good job there. I'm just going to get a little bit closer here, and then it's missed a little bit at the top there. So that's that done. Next one, click Align and Composite, and then just wait for it to composite the image. And there we go. So I'm going to export that, stick it on the desktop, and then I'll push it back into Lightroom, and we can have a look at the single image versus the stacked. So this is the stacked one. This is the single image. You can see there ISO 6400 and 20 seconds. So let's have a quick zoom in. So there you can see the detail, the Milky Way on the stacked one, and then you can see also the amount of grain that it's removed if you have a look at the original. And then if you look at the detail as well, there's quite a lot more detail in the Milky Way. So it does a really good job. It is 40 quid, but it does a really good job. I'm just going to quickly edit on this. Yeah, so I held off for probably years. So I didn't want to pay 40 quid for the software, but now I've done it. I'm glad I did. Okay, I'm just going to quickly finish off the edit on this, and then I'll export the image so you can see it full size. And that's it. Okay, so that's it. That's it for the video. I hope it was useful. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll hopefully see you again soon. Take care.